The Bud Science College is one of the most extraordinary institutions. The students there would be the first to try anything new. Among them were two students from Hyderabad who enjoyed life the most, Vishnu and Meen. Their seniors had often warned them that their mischief might get them into trouble one day. But despite this being their first year in college, they wanted to experience everything. One night, without telling anyone, they left their hotel and walked to a place nearby. Right across from their hotel stood a massive abandoned building that looked like a haunted ruin. Near it was a small tea stall, where the two stopped for a cup of tea. During their conversation, Vishnu asked the old tea vendor about the most interesting places to visit in Hyderabad. The vendor told them about some famous spots, but also warned them about certain places they should never visit, one of which was the abandoned building right in front of them. Hearing this only piqued their curiosity even more. They urged the vendor to share more details. The old man hesitated, but eventually told them that the building used to be a science college, where medical research was conducted on dead bodies. When the college shut down, the bodies were never removed, and from the very next day, strange occurrences began to take place. Even talking about it sent chills down the vendor's spine. That night, Vishnu and Meen decided that they had to visit the building themselves. They believed the vendor was just trying to scare them. However, when they researched the place online, they found several articles warning people not to go there. But instead of scaring them off, these warnings made them even more determined. At midnight, Vishnu and Meen set off towards the Khairatabad Science College. The building was covered in thick vegetation, making it look even more sinister. It was pitch dark, except for the faint moonlight guiding their way. Meen suggested keeping his phone camera on to record everything as proof. As they approached, a swarm of bats suddenly flew past them, making Vishnu nervous. But Meen was still joking around. Just then, they heard a loud, "Who's there?" from behind. They turned to see the building's security guard running toward them. In a panic, they rushed inside. The inside of the building was filthy, covered in dust, cobwebs, and a nauseating smell, as if something had been rotting for years. Suddenly, they heard creaking noises from the large hall. Thinking it was the guard coming after them, they ran upstairs. The upper floor had several large rooms, which must have been classrooms in the past. As they moved forward, they smelled something awful coming from one of the rooms. It seemed like it had once been a biology lab. But what caught Vishnu's eye made his blood run cold. Near a window, a girl was standing silently, staring outside. Shocked, Vishnu ran toward her to check if she needed help. Meen tried to stop him, shouting that something felt off. But Vishnu grabbed the girl's hand and immediately felt something hard and unnatural. Within seconds, the girl transformed into a skeleton before his very eyes. Vishnu lost consciousness in shock and fell out of the window. Meen, standing at a distance, was frozen in fear. When he turned around, he found himself surrounded by skeletons. Terrified, he sprinted out of the room, but the skeletons chased after him. Outside, he saw the security guard standing nearby. Relieved, Meen shouted for help. But the guard remained still, not reacting at all. As Meen got closer, he placed his hand on the guard's shoulder to get his attention. When the guard turned around, Meen let out a blood-curdling scream. The man's face was horribly burnt and melting, revealing his skull underneath. Meen had never seen anything so horrifying in his life. Screaming in terror, he bolted out of the building, tripping and collapsing outside. The next morning, their college friends went looking for them. They found both Vishnu and Meen unconscious near the building, covered in bruises. They were rushed to the hospital, where they remained for 3 days. When they finally regained consciousness, they recounted the entire nightmare. However, what they learned next shocked them even more. There was never any tea vendor in that area. Whoever they had met was likely a ghost. The security guard appointed after the college shut down had been found burned to death inside the building. Other people had also reported seeing skeletons walking inside the abandoned college. What do you think? Is Khairatabad Science College really haunted? Let us know in the comments.